discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Battle for Rokugan. Okay, so let's see where to start. I really like this game.
It was fun.
I think it is a very, very solid area control. Pretty much, yeah, just an area control game with a slight element of cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were talking before, I don't know if you heard us, that this was a competitive game that didn't piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right, yeah.
Like I wasn't sitting here, like when he raided, I was just like, oh, more deflated because I was like, I thought I was going to defend it and there's nothing you can do.
Nope, I just raised it to the ground.
So let's go ahead and talk about things we don't like. Because there still are a few things that I don't really like, but they're very, very minor.
You go first.
Okay. I like and dislike the raid. I don't like the fact that there's nothing you can do about it. It's just like, hey, I happen to get this token, that's gone forever, by the way. Because it goes before everything.
I will say this about the raid.
It's just kind of a last ditch that everyone has access to, except some more than others.
I got mine first, and I used it first because I wasn't not even necessarily thinking like, oh, I'm not going to waste this. I just laid it down.
Yeah.
But when I laid it down, I didn't realize that it was permanent.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful with that because I did wind up blocking myself off. So
With
it's one of those things where you can't be too quick to.
Well, you didn't raid.
I did, yes.
She was like the first to raid.
The first one.
You're right. You were.
Yes.
You were the first to raid. You just fucking destroyed it.
Because everybody was like, the crane clan.
Because how many do you guys have? I have one.
You're one raid?
I have one raid. So you would have had to have two.
Yeah, well that's my Unicorn Clan combat token was raid, so I get an additional raid.
Gotcha.
Mine was obviously diplomacy.
Yeah, mine was blessing. Okay. So
you actually you're the only one with a +3 blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, makes sense if it's your thing.
Right. So you're right. It is just a last ditch effort. Screw everyone over. And I just made sure we did play it right because you can only play it with your shinobi or next to an area you control. So you can't just randomly just raid somewhere just for shits. Like you can't just do a navy raid, which is pretty much the only place you can't do it. Because that's pretty much the only reason that stopped me from completing my ability, which is maybe why I'm a little bit more like fuck the raid. It still gave you the territory bonus without. Because technically you did own the territory. It was what was left of it. Yeah, what was left of it.
My chart.
And who rated this? That was me. It knocked out your blessing because it went first. So
yeah, my diplomacy. Yeah.
Your diplomacy. Sorry. And that I guess the raid helped you and I still because I was able to get the bonus for that.
I was able to just be true crane clan and be petty and just fucking light it on fire because I couldn't have it.
So yeah, that's which actually brings me to another. It's not really a complaint. Like it doesn't hamper really but it could be a complaint for a lot of people. Is that this game is a lot of fun and it's very thematic. And this is Rokugan. This is the area where all the clans are. Yep. This follows the same problem that the Game of Thrones board game has, where it's so thematic that every time you're going to start in the same spot. So you can't ever really start somewhere else to play differently. You're really, hey, I'm at the dragon, I'm at the top, so I have to come down. But I guess they do have Navy, which kind of allows you to swarm a little bit, and also
the
Shinobi. Yeah, that's true. So it's really not that bad. But the Game of Thrones one is just if you're the Starks, you're coming from the north, and that's the only way you're coming down. This one is a little bit more free flowing. I think they learned from that, and the setup also, where it's like.
You can set up elsewhere, yeah.
Yeah, and then
you
just kind of
fuck me. I'm gonna start over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna start down there. So, but once again, you're still mainly, and you don't really have to defend your area. You can just be like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to live down up there. The mountains suck.
Right.
And then you just start coming down here. That's all I got for complaints.
I would agree, I guess, a little bit with those. Honestly, for complaint wise, I never felt at one point that anything was OP. I never thought that anything was unfair. I like this game.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, this did you feel that the clans were different? Did you feel like that?
Yeah.
Just their
Like,
unique ability. I mean,
yeah.
they're overpowered as fuck.
See,
I win ties.
Funny enough, her
It only
tie-
happened
it
once.
only happened once.
That's true.
And I was
But
like,
look where it happened.
and at the very end, and I was like, you son of, because once she placed it there, I was like, wait, it's oh motherfucker. I'm like, she played her 2 shinobi, and she's gonna win that tie, because I can't defend it. Because the reason why I didn't defend that was because I needed to defend this, because I was like, well, with my blessing.
I waited, I think my shinobi was either first to last or completely last
Right.
To play him because I was like, I'm not getting him called out. Like, he's gonna be last and hopefully everybody knows me.
I'm surprised. I was so happy that you took out her thing instead of, because I thought you were going to take, I was like, God damn it, he still has his cards. Completely forgot that you didn't use your cards.
Yeah.
How come?
Well, I wanted.
Yeah, you could have kept your bonus over there.
You
You
could've
could have
kept
like my
your bonus.
shinobi.
Um,
and
Which you would have tied with him.
I did mainly forget about that part because I think I was caught up in like, oh, I don't want to waste it until.
she would have beat me actually.
But
She
then-
would have had those additional 2 with it on top of the 5.
You're right. She
Yeah.
would have been 1 under me.
Yeah.
Actually, 26, 25 to 23.
But yeah, I mainly just kind of do what I do with every new game that I play. I just kind of just accidentally forget about them.
Right. I took those cards. Okay, so speaking of which, I think that the clans are different enough. I don't think they're way too thematic to where someone's going to be broken. You just get a slight ability somewhere that it's not always going to. Well, like mine just allowed me to draw an additional token, so I had a little bit more control. But it's no like inherent like obvious that you're using your ability because you don't know what I'm drawing.
Right.
So it's just like it did help because I never really had weak tokens. But I halfway through the game I realized, oh wait a minute, I'm pushing my weak tokens. These aren't coming back.
Yeah.
Once these tokens are gone, they're gone. So I was gonna be like, oh, I was scared round 5 I was gonna have 1s.
Yeah.
All the whole time.
Yeah, and I was like, I fucked up.
You have to be careful. Yeah. You have to be
Because
careful.
I didn't realize that. And then yours was ties, which made it very weary. Kind of thematic if you really think about it. Hey, I really don't want to mess with the crane because they're gonna fuck me up.
And that's what I really love because I feel like the cranes was not like whoa that's thematic, but like very appropriate because with the you win ties because basically I just think of it like they have a silver tongue, they talked you out of it, kind of shit like that. And then
or they Aitsu dueled you and killed you.
Yeah.
I challenge your champion,
There's
and you
also
must
that.
accept.
Yeah.
That's why I've trained all my life for this one singular purpose, and you, who have practiced in just battlefield combat.
Yeah. That's pretty much them. And then me getting the extra diplomacy token, you don't know how much that was amazing because I played it and then you were like, oh, we only have 1, and I was staring at my second one and I was like, oh.
Yep,
Hang
we all
on.
had something. Yeah, combat. I'm glad the combat tokens weren't all the same too because I was like, oh, you used your raid. I didn't realize you had another raid, and then you guys didn't notice I had a high blessing.
Yeah.
You
Which
would've-
now we know.
to play them face up. It didn't matter really anyway because once you did something, it was like, oh, okay, hey, I can't fuck with it because you told me there's a blessing there. So it didn't really matter a lot. Your ability, I'm trying to figure out how it's thematic. You know.
Well, because they're all horsemen. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
is that
I see.
they move so rapidly
Gotcha.
and they can
I see. You
they
can
can
spam.
easily quickly reinforce an area while.
Yeah. Did
We
you like?
can't,
Do you guys like your ability? 'Cause I like mine.
yeah.
I think it worked very well for my play style.
I think for just coincidentally how mine happened, I really enjoyed it.
One complaint I did have, if that's really how it works, like if you bluff into an area, I don't feel like it should get a bonus.
It said neutral areas get bonuses, like natural bonuses, especially because most of the time you're getting most of the time you would control it.
I guess that's the ultimate thing about a bluff is like you get back.
You don't know until afterwards. So
Yeah.
it's like because if I still placed like a defense like a bluff there, but I still control this area, why wouldn't I get that bonus already?
Because it's basically you just talking shit like, yeah, that's mine.
Right.
That's totally
I could
fine.
understand like a bluff if you played it but I mean I didn't realize you can play bluffs as shinobi as well, where you just place it and it's like, oh shit, that's I didn't realize how strategic that bluff token is. Cause
I used it strategically.
you did.
Twice.
I was sitting there and I was like, fuck you, cat.
I
I only held that one. I was trying to do my objective and I was like, okay,
It
So
messes
I was
with
like,
your
I think
head.
I'm good. I think I'm good there, and then I wasted everything. Didn't matter anyway because you rated that, but
And
I didn't
what
know
was it?
that.
Was it right here where I placed one at the last second and you guys were like, it's a fucking
He realized it was a diplomacy, and I was like, "Fuck, that's
You guys
gonna
were
fuck."
freaking out.
I'm like, "That's gonna screw my attack over," because that's how I'm gonna. Because I realized, because I was down here really quick, I was in here really quick, and I was over here and here really, and in there at the beginning of the game. So the only two places I had left was here. Or the only place I had left was there, and I was like, okay, that's the only way I can get in. When you said it was a diplomacy, I was like, motherfucker, I can't get in again. And then that's when I used my scout to look. Then whenever I tried to throw him off, I'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna get out, but then I think you Shujinja'd me.
I did Shujinja
Yeah.
you right
And that's
after.
what fucked up my
'Cause
bluff.
once I
I was gonna bail. I was gonna swap it with my
Right.
bluff. And just leave the bluff there.
Right.
That's right.
Because and that's why I Shujinja'd, because I was like, who do I Shujinja? Your defense or her attack if it's a diplomacy? So I have to look at it. So speaking of which, let's go to the card play, which I also really, really like. Like the fact that, hey, everyone gets 2 scouts and everyone gets 1 Shujinja, you know that. They all do the same thing, there's no secret, OP card that no one else got to get.
Right.
Except for these.
But those you earn, that's a kind of like you earned it kind of thing by taking
Yeah,
it.
by taking it over. So the scouts are, like, this game is just so very, very useful in all of its actions. So there's no waste, because if you get a scout, then even if you know it's a bluff, you're like, okay, well, that's the one time I get to use it. That one time use is very interesting, I think. It
makes them very important.
Makes them very important and makes us even more just a layer of strategy, but it doesn't add like anachrony or something. This isn't a brain burning game where you're like, all these cards mean something.
Right.
And so I really like that. And the Shujinja is like, fine, this one time I only get to use it, and it better be worth it. And so I think that's really cool.
I think that makes.
Or that Shadowlands card where you just toss one of yours, kill 2 of theirs.
That one's.
And it was like a 4 and a 5 from both of you. I was like, oh!
Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. I thought you were gonna take out 2 of mine, but you broke it up, and I was like, okay.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, I got the bottom one that was raised from the dead, and I was like, okay, well, here he is again.
That was,
Just came right back.
That was fun to watch, and I'm just over here like.
Yep. It said, like, the rules made it seem like it was gonna be a way stronger penalty. Like, lose 10 points or something.
I know. I figured it'd have to do with something like minus an honor if you do use the card or something like that. That's why I was like,
keep it for negative honor or something.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why would you even go there? Like,
mine really wasn't actually.
Just 2 strong cards and you get them easy.
Yep, mine wasn't even that bad. It was, hey, take a control out of a shadow province. And I was like, okay, you don't get honor for it anyway. So that's a no-brainer. To bring my 5 back? Yeah, fuck you, dude.
So your Shadowlands card blocked my Shadowlands card.
It did.
That's nice.
It did. But still hurt Cat.
and both of you screwed me over, yeah.
Because it still did kind of screw me over because I had to bring my 5 back. Instead, I was going to bring back my diplomacy to hold down another area, which it's because in hindsight, it's like it would have been nice to hold mine there from the raid, but then I wouldn't have been able to get into the crane thing with my 5 like I did. So the card play and the territory is awesome because you can go back and forth and play, and we kind of messed up there with where we played them, but I don't think it made it through the game in anyone's favor. But yeah, you pass unless someone plays, and if you play another one, then it just until everyone passes.
Well, like the way some of those cards read, you can't really use them at the very beginning. Like the Shadowlands card. Like you can't burn characters on the upkeep.
So the Shadowlands one, it's both of those say at the start of your placement phase.
Okay.
The other ones, the territory ones here, are during the upkeep phase. And all of those were placing those special tokens.
Okay.
So that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's how I locked this down, because I was like, I need to play this now.
Yeah.
Fine. Is there a way to wipe that? Can you not raid
You can wipe it with a raid and a piece.
Oh, I wasn't certain. I think I was going to ask that, but I didn't want to give away what I planned.
Well,
I think
I did
asked
say it.
Yeah, because I was like, there's no way I can attack that. And he was
I did read it. It says the only way to remove these special tokens is with a raid or peace token.
And by then we had already fucked those away, so.
Right. So, he could have done it. I mean, if he raided, because if you had known that, you probably would have raided earlier.
Well, I didn't want to raid there because then I would never be able to claim the capital.
He needed it.
Oh, yep.
I needed the capital. Since
So
she pieced this one, that would leave me.
That was your
I
only,
couldn't take the other two.
and then, so I definitely just, as soon as that happened, it was over for you.
Yeah, my secret objective was done early.
You still could have done yours.
But how?
You could have just spanned this way. Instead
No,
of,
that was destroyed.
You could have spanned around then. Oh no, that was Pete.
Yes, that was
Uh-huh.
pieced.
You could have gone up then.
It was getting hard, yeah. It was getting hard.
I was like, you still had a few options. Mine was probably the only one that was feasible until the very end. And I knew it. When I read it, I was like, maybe.
This is gonna be one of those get fucked.
Yeah, this could be the last moment. So, territory cards are awesome because you can lose them. Like, if you don't use them, then I take your territory from you.
I'm very glad I got to use mine immediately because you were gonna take it and you were like, wait, you used it. And I was like,
Oh, yep, that's true. So speaking of that, I also want to say about the other cards, I really like the secret objectives. I always like secret objectives. It kind of gives you a goal, so you're not just attacking just to attack.
Right.
You have a drive. I wonder why I guess they were all yeah, they're not thematic, they're just here. You just happen to be attack the crane. Oh, but you get 6 honor.
Was mine worth
because
more?
at the end of the game, if you control either the crane capital or 2 provinces in the crane territory, you earn 6 honor. So you could have, if you had taken these 2, you would have gotten 6 honor,
he's like,
and then plus your 4, so you would have broke out at 10. If you had taken these 2, you would have gotten 11 total. Mine, I would have gotten 10, and Cap would have gotten 10 just for doing it. So it looks like the secret objectives also are different, ability points. What do you guys think of the first player? How
I like
turn
it.
order went?
I like it.
So what they do is everyone who's playing, actually, so the way the setup works is actually, have you noticed mine wasn't in there?
Yeah.
Whenever setup starts, whoever gets drawn first, their card gets removed. Because they're never going to be first player again, unless they happen, be a tiebreaker. But it just went to Master of Tactics, which happened to be me, because we start there and then there's only 4 cards, so it's going to change each round. I also like that a lot.
I think everything they did so far that we've talked about has just been balanced very well.
Right. I can't think of a single thing that throws it in anyone's favor. Because even the territory cards are not, they're good, and they're very useful, and they helped you, but everyone pretty much will get a chance. What was the crab? Crab added the harbor. The lion added, a +4
So probably something big.
honor token.
So honorable.
Sounds like that.
Oh, it actually covers a place's printed value.
Oh.
So if I got that, I could have placed it there, and now it's worth 4. And the unicorn was province you control, and a province controlled by an opponent. You swap your control tokens with all control tokens in the opponent's province.
Like mine.
Yep. So cultural exchange.
I'm over here now.
So they're all good, and they're not just tied to any. Hey, I'm the unicorn, so I get the unicorn territory. That's what I thought it was.
Well, that's why I did all of mine on the crane territory, and you were like, oh, we let her have the crane, and I was like, well, of course you did. It's my territory.
We did. Do you think this game lacked because we had 3 people, and it plays up to 5? I didn't think so either.
I felt pretty involved constantly.
Right. Yeah, there was never a moment where it was.
It would be it'd be very interesting with 5 people. Then it'd just be a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
It's like, wait.
Yeah.
And it's like if any number of people kind of rally together or anything, they could start fucking some shit up.
Right, but then you're gonna hopefully rally with someone else to help you. I like the territory or the control. I really like that. Hey, you're getting what you get, and once you use them, they're gone. I really like that with the combat tokens. I like how there is luck, but it's not like dice luck where you just get hosed.
And you're gonna eventually get your strong ones for that rally.
Yeah. So you're never screwed the entire game. I like it's thematic that it's like you can't just sit here and go just swarm one border.
Yeah.
And it's like, I played the raid.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just 1 token per border. And if you're being attacked, you can only defend. You can't really attack back. And it makes sense because it's 1 token is essentially an army. So it's your armies aren't going to cross each other. You're going to meet in the area, which I think is really, really smart. Because that was also a different element of strategy. I thought where she placed a token and I was like, oh fuck, I can't go around. So it's okay, I guess I'll because like my Shujinja, once again, not my Shujinja, my Shinobi, I couldn't break out this way because I couldn't come this way because she defended it like hell.
Sorry.
And I'm like, okay, well I can't go this way because you were gonna defend it, so my Shinobi was the only way. So they definitely made it to where you're not stuck. And this game's brilliant.
Very, very good game, yeah.
Complaint, but it's a good complaint, which doesn't really make it a complaint. I want more. Like, there's only 2 territory cards for each area, and there's only 2 of each for these, so I just want more of these. Like, I just want more, cards, more special objectives. I just want, it doesn't need to add any more clans. It has all the main clans, except for the Mantis, but they just got added as a clan in the lore. They don't have to change I just want more variety within the cards. It was my same complaint with Cry Havoc, if you remember that. The game is really good. I just want more versatility with just the side stuff. The strategy, I love. So, anything else? What do you guys think of the slight artwork?
Beautiful.
It is really good. They definitely got that feudal Japan look.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's also very. I'm surprised you didn't mention this. This game's not that long.
This game did, it said it was going to take about 90 minutes for 3 players, and it took, we started at 9 and we ended at 10:25.
Yep, so they definitely.
And I do love that when a game actually says.
Got its time right.
Because nothing pisses me off more than being like, oh, it's not going to be an hour, and 3 hours later I'm sitting here and I'm pissed off. And
yeah, because it's not like whenever you're doing battling, it's just flip. Oh, hey, there's 3-2. I win.
Yeah.
There's no
dice rolling.
Yeah, there's no okay. So this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I got I got to divide long division. Yeah. This explodes, and then it's just so quick, so streamlined. So scale of 1 to 10.
Why do we always start with me? 9.
9.
4.
Yeah, you're like, it didn't really do it for me. 1.
Also, fuck the unicorns.
That I would understand. Oh, hold on. I do have one more question. You said 9 though. Do you think that this game is only a niche game? Do you think you have to know the lore? Or
it helps.
It does.
It does help. Yeah, I would say it does help.
I think the reason why most people, because not a lot of people are in this world yet. Fantasy Flight is just bringing it out and making it popular, and it's growing. But yeah, I was wondering if I would only like this game because we're in a.
Right. If it wasn't, I don't know.
I mean, think about
I can't.
it.
I'm not gonna rate it as if I didn't because I am in it, so I can only love it for that. I bought it strictly for that.
Yeah, I mean, put it this way. Like, I wasn't. Like, I haven't played Legend of the Five Rings as much as you guys have. I had to quit. And I don't know as much lore as you do. All I know is that the cranes are very much like me. They're very stubborn. They're very,
pompous.
Yeah, and they're very passive aggressive. And so I really only knew it for me. And I think as long as you have like general background information, like okay, this is basically who the clans are, you would enjoy it. But I still think that without it, you would still enjoy it.
Okay. So yeah, scale of 1 to 10.
I'm gonna do.
Obviously, 10 perfect, 5 average, 1. It's not even a game.
It's
like it literally doesn't work as
I'm gonna do 8.5.
8.5, really? Why 8.5?
8.5. Well,
because you gave Anachrony a 9.
I did get Anachrony a 9.
So that's why 8.5. I actually expected it to be a little bit higher.
Did you want more out of it?
I don't know.
You think you want to play it more?
I might have to.
Yeah.
I just felt like.
Maybe some things.
I mean, it's very easy to learn. Super basic concept.
Yeah.
Do
you think Anachrony is growing on you and you want more meat?
No.
You want more brain burning?
No.
Nobody wants that stuff.
But that's still a really good score.
It is. Just expect, because I'm just.
I just. Maybe there's just that slight bit of zest.
That's
I don't
okay.
know that I'm maybe missing.
Okay.
I can't say.
That's fair. I think I know what you're talking about. Like
I don't know.
Anachrony lacked the zest for me, so I understand.
Yeah, it's just there's something. I think I know what you're talking about. There is something about it that still is just not L5R.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably because you guys are so fucking deep into it.
Right. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Oh.
Like I really like this. I actually like this better than Anachrony. surprisingly.
Yeah, I like it better than Anachrony.
Only, and the reason why I keep bringing up Anachrony is one, we just played it, and two, because I gave that a 9, and that's a really good game. But I think for the strategy that this gave, both of them gave me the same element of strategy, but because they gave me the same, this is quicker.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong, like I said, I really like Anachrony, I like the theme, but I also really love this world. So
Yeah.
it's just enough, and there's just enough difference between the players that we're not just doing the same thing. Like, tokens are different slightly, that now, if we play that, continues to play more, we know she has more diplomacy, you have more raid, I have more blessing, so that brings in more strategy. So it's just, this was a definite hit for me. So 9.5, 8.5, and 9.
Yeah.
That's it, everyone. So that's our thoughts on Battle for Rokugan. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.
Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you want to support us, you can go ahead and click that link to go to my Patreon account. If you have any suggestions, you can go ahead and click the link in the show notes below to go to my Board Game Geek list. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.